feels good to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, all of my friends, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we are finally, after so many long awaited months, perhaps even years, we're finally listening to Echoes by Pink Floyd off of their album, Metal. You guys have been waiting for this for such a long time, so I'm so happy to bring this to you guys. I'm happy to listen to it. I'm excited. I won't talk for long. I honestly just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the information that you guys give me, especially this being overall a first listen channel. There's a lot of knowledge that I just don't have on the first listen of the songs, so I really appreciate you guys filling in the blanks. Of course, if you enjoy any of the videos on the channel, especially this one, any of the videos, please share it, like it, and subscribe, and all that other stuff. You guys know what to do, but really the sharing part is what I try to push as much as I can, because a lot of you guys enjoy the content, and I think it's really cool how a lot of other people start to kind of trickle in and, oh, I like this, you know, I like the channel. I'm not sure what it is that attracts you about the channel besides the music. I feel like I have a very small part in that, but whichever way, I really do thank you for being here in the first place. Anyways, I'm going to start the song, but I'm going to change my battery because I don't know if it's going to last through this and the song. So you will notice a slight edit. Please let me know your thoughts on the song and what does this song mean to you as a music lover, as a Pink Floyd lover, etc., etc. Here's the quick edit, but let's get into it. This is Pink Floyd with Echoes. I feel something. I feel something. I do not know what to say. I love songs like this. I love songs that leave me speechless. Do you guys ever hear songs and listen to music that leaves you speechless? Like you know it did something to you, but you don't know what it did to you. You don't know what just happened. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a little bit of confusion. Happy confusion, but confusion nonetheless. This is a song, and this is the type of music that transcends the actual art form of music. Like, this transcends sound. And I don't mean to come across, exaggerating or anything like that, but you can tell that there's just something about this music that's, I don't want to sound generic, or I don't want to sound cheesy, but it touches your soul a little bit, I just noticed that my shirt matches the album cover. Did it on purpose, I guarantee you that. This is a first listen, so I know that I'm gonna miss out on a lot of things that I wanted to say, because as I'm listening, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to say this, and I know I'm going to forget. So I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna restart my camera, and then we're gonna go through it, because it's about to stop recording because of the time. I'll be right back. Man, I hope you guys like long videos, because this one's gonna be long. This song creates such a soundscape of just sounds and noise. It takes you from such depths to such highs, and it does it so magically. It is perfect. I think that this is a perfect song, first of all. The whole song, musically, thematically, lyrically. This is a song about connections. This is a song about past, present, and future. This is a song about beginnings and endings. This is a song about connection. Even getting into the title of the song, Echoes. When you think of an echo, you think of a source, and then the remnants of that source. They did such a phenomenal job making the... I really don't know where to start with this one. There's so much to say, and I feel like I'm going to mess up the points I want to say. From the opening ping and the very first, I don't know, minute or two, there's a slow build-up, and it's an ambient section. And it's almost like those are the remnants of the initial sound, of some initial sound. It's the echoing, right? It's the last parts of the echo. And then as it builds up into the main movement in the song, we get a new event. We get a new start. That's going to create another echo. And it's a big start. The verse and the music in it, it's big. And there's a small change in the beat. I'm going to see if I can find it at some point, but there's a small change in the beat. It's inspiring. It's awesome. And then you get into that lengthy ambient section with all these noises and sounds going on. And I need to talk about that section in depth. That's going to have to be its own thing, because I need to talk about that, because I got something to say on that one. Once again, that is like the new echo. It's starting, and it fades, from that initial verse, it fades into that, and we have this quiet, strange movement going on in the music. And then once again, it starts to pick back up like an echo and a new sound. The ending of the song is that another sound. Like I said, this song is all about connection and movements in the past and the future. And the way that the music actually moves, and compositionally, how organic it sounds, how natural it sounds doing it, is a huge talent, and something that only Pink Floyd and maybe a few others could do. And what I really love about their ambient sections and their quieter sections, especially with Pink Floyd, because to me, it's in their quiet moments where they really excel and where I enjoy it. What I love about it is that listening to their music, especially in those lower, quieter moments, is always rewarding. It's not like they're just playing one single note, putting a little background noise in there, and calling it a day. Hey, we made this cool, quiet, very peaceful session. Nice build-up. Sounds good. When you listen, in the back, there's so many other sounds going on. The guitar starts to build up. Piano starts to fill in just a little bit more. And there's these other sounds and other effects that come in. And that's what I really mean with this song as a whole. It's really just this enigmatic soundscape of just sound. This is, like I said, I hate to exaggerate, but this is beyond music. This is just the art of sound. If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, music is organized sound. If you want to bare bones it, music is organized sound. And yes, of course this is music, and of course this is organized sound. But one thing that I really like about Pink Floyd that I've always noticed, and it's one of their biggest strengths to me, is that their music doesn't sound like it's written down on sheets. It doesn't sound like it's written. It just sounds like they walk into the studio, they kind of mess around and experiment with different sounds, experiment with each other, and that's where everything kind of comes together. Their music feels very natural. It's not like they all came into the room and said, okay, we're going to write this, we're going to write this, we're going to write this, and hey, what's that riff that you came up with? Oh yeah, let's toss it in here. You had a song idea that you wanted to do, you had a concept maybe you wanted to try and execute. It sounds like everything is just made from their heart, from their mind, and from their soul. Everything comes across very natural in their music. And with Pink Floyd specifically, I always get feel. More so than composition, more so than technicality and pure musicianship, even though that's very evident, I always get feel from them. From Gilmour's playing, to the singing, to the gorgeous ambient section, it's just feelings. Listen to how the guitar is building up behind this noise. And then here. Coming in very gently with that ping. Sounded almost like a Doppler radar, or like you would hear with like a submarine in their radars. No, that was a horrible sound effect. Throughout this whole album, really, I, at least, get the image of being underwater, of being under the sea, to quote The Little Mermaid. And this song specifically takes you on such a watery course. It feels like you're just laying back in the ocean looking up, and then you start to sink, and now you're underwater still looking up. And then as you turn to the left, you see the darkness of the sea. You turn to the right, you see the darkness of the sea. You look down, and you don't know what's in the unknown depths below. And that unknown depths below, that's the ambient section in this song. I mean, listen to it. It sounds so eerie, but so beautiful. I don't know if you guys have ever, I don't know how to describe this. There's so many situations this could apply to, so please share yours. Have you guys ever been in a place, perhaps, that is very beautiful, but at the same time there's something maybe slightly unsettling about it? There's something a little off, but it's beautiful. I used to go like hiking in the woods a lot, and this is when I was like younger, in the woods like at midnight, looking up at the trees and the moon, full moon shining the light down. It is so beautiful. It's so quiet and mysterious, and it's haunting, it's scary, it's unsettling. You feel like, ugh, I don't like this, but there's something so attractive about it. There's something so mesmerizing. But I'm really talking about the unsettling beauty of it. And those are the two things. It's not just beautiful. It has to have something a little, I don't know, kind of creepy, you know? You get a little chill running down your spine. This middle break is such an achievement in music. I really like what they did here. You know what? I'm going to take now to talk about the ambient section. Let me talk now about the middle part, because I think that is the most intriguing part of the song to me. So first of all, I already talked about kind of oceans and how this song really reminds me of being under the sea and in the water. And that thick ambient noise, I'm not sure what it is, but that thick layer of ambience and atmosphere in there, it really pulls me down to the depths of the sea. That sound has so much depth to it that it really just like, it's a weight on you, like not a crushing weight and not a bad one, but it's pressure, it's density. And then you hear all those sounds kind of on the sides, like the not creepy, but like screeching noises. Some of them come out of nowhere. You can kind of imagine something like brushing against your leg. Like that! Like that. You guys have probably noticed this more, but this is just something that I picked up on, and it is so cool. Some of those sounds in the beginning sound like whale songs. Okay? Whale songs are so peaceful. They are so cool. I love the sound of whales. Some of them sound a little bit like whale songs. Okay. To me, this could just be my ear. I don't know if this is anyone else's ear, but to me, as those specific sounds progress, they change. Whereas before they sounded like wailing from whale songs. Here, it kind of sounded like the screeches of monkeys. Then, in the back, even further in the back, you hear like bird sounds, like bird calls. And even getting into the lyrics and thematically what it seems to be talking about, you get the idea of the evolution and progression of life. And for them to fit that idea in an ambient, quieter, eerie, transcendental ambient section, and at least for me, give me the image of that with just sound, is such an amazing feat. I can't talk about and praise the middle part of this song enough. And I'm sorry if I've gone on a lot about it, but I really think that that is the best and the heart of this song. And all of that section is pretty inhuman. None of it sounds familiar, comforting, human at all. But as it progresses, it starts to sound a little more melodic. It starts to sound a little more familiar. It starts to sound more like something that we can identify with. Music, notes, melody. It's not dissonant and chaotic anymore. It's not disorganized anymore. It flows into something that we all can recognize and identify with. Harmony. Once again, connection. Everything in this song is about connection. The Doppler effect, as I'm going to call it, the Doppler effect, comes back at the end of that echo. Once again, starting the chain again, starting history again. Life and history repeats itself. Echoes. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Listen to how it all comes back. It all becomes more familiar. It all becomes normal. It all becomes, it's like following the timeline of life. And now we're getting back to like present day, back to the modern era and the modern age of mankind. From the depths of the sea to, walking down the street in the city, we're back. We're back. This song transcends time. This song took you from the past to the current into the future. And listen to that climactic guitar after that section. This is victory. This is almost like I've used it on Yes, Awaken. This is like spiritual awakening. This is good. So I just love how the themes of the song are related so perfectly and so well in the music itself, like even without words. Because if I look at it, I mean, there's obviously singing and lyrics in the song, but most of this song is instrumental. From, it seems, 4 minutes and 56 seconds to 19 minutes and 11 seconds is just instrumental. No singing, just the sounds. And for them to convey the story of the song through primarily music and sound without the use of words and without telling us, I think that is it takes an immense talent, and that's just outrageous how good it is. First of all, this build up into the first few minutes of the song, it's really well done. This is gonna sound probably really funny to you guys, and you're gonna be like, really? What? I actually wish that build up was longer, and I had more more ambience and more just layers of sound in that part. It actually builds up really quick, which is fine. It's good. Yeah, you get into the song pretty quicker, a little bit quicker. But I was like, this is building up kind of quick. I actually wish it would slow down a little bit more. I don't know, make it a 27-minute song. That's okay with me. We're already here for 23 minutes. What's a few more minutes or so? But the way all the instruments come in is just super well done. Into the first verse. Like I said, I think that they have such a perfect flow throughout this song that just makes it feel very natural. Once again, coursing river, water, it just flows. The music takes shape. Bruce Lee had a quote, right? He said, be like water. Water fills the cup, it takes the shape of the cup. Water fills a pail, it takes the shape of the pail. Be like water. Fit, mold, adapt to whatever container you're in. Now, Pink Floyd, they didn't really have much of a container, but see how their music, like water, was free-flowing. And if they had a certain section, they floated and fit right into it. When they made a nice, snappy verse, perfect. They flowed right into it. When they journeyed into that quieter ambient section, they fit that mold. And they excelled in each part of it. You know, like none of it feels like this is a pop band who were going to try and make some ambient sound. This doesn't sound like a rock band that was going to try and progress a little bit more. This just sounds like it doesn't need a genre name. I know it has a genre name, but I think that this is something in a lot of music that gets lost. Not to worry about conforming to a certain genre or a certain sound, and just making the music as you feel. Just making the music as it comes out. And that's what Pink Floyd has, as I came to it again. They don't need to compose music. I don't know, maybe they did sit down and compose this, but it doesn't sound like it. Just sounds like it just free flowed from their heart. And speaking of transitions, there are two transitions in this song that took me off guard, and they're abrupt, but they sound so good. They work so well. And I've mentioned this before with my taste. To me, yeah, you can easily like flow into a new section of a song. You can easily flow and transition. But it takes a special talent and a special kind of songwriting to abruptly end one movement and immediately shift into the next without pause or without any sort of forbearance or foreknowledge of what's to come. Pink Floyd, once again, they make it work because it sounds so cool. Listen, listen, listen. All right, climaxes. What? What? This is quiet funk with the organ in the back? Quiet funk with organ in the back. Are you kidding me? I love how it just bum, 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 bum. That is awesome. That is so cool. And even, I don't know if it comes through on you guys, but I don't know. Maybe, hopefully you guys hear it as I hear it. Even the production changes right there. The sounds, I think they shift on the right and left sides of the headphones, or at least the speakers and everything. But even the production changes there a little bit. That is cool. That is cool. The way that the organ and the guitar play here interchangeably, I love it. I love it. That is cool. In a song like this, I could sit here and go through like each and every single like 30 seconds and be like, the bass is super cool right here. The guitar is doing an awesome job. I love this solo. Because there's so many moments like that, I'm just not going to sit here and talk about every single awesome guitar line or every single awesome moment with the organ or the piano, because there's just too many. It just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of them. And then this transition, after the middle section going to the last verse. Bring it all back. The gravity, the inertia is just halted right there like a test track dummy and gets back into that smooth verse the same way that we began this song. And that, my friends, is echoes. That is connection. That is movement. That is bringing the past, the present, and the future and bringing it all together. I told you in the very beginning, it's all about connection. I'm going to keep saying it. Connection, connection, connection. But, all right, I'm not going to look in specific moments because, like I said, there's too many of them. But let's talk about the instruments and the singing and everything. The bass plays so warmly throughout this whole song, especially at the end. I mean, it's this little punch of power. It just floats you. It provides this nice bobbing rhythm to you while you're in the water. I'm sorry, but I think I'm in the water listening to this. I mean, the guitar. At some parts when the guitar starts and at some points with the guitar, especially more so in the beginning and closer to the ending, there's some blues licks thrown in there just for good measure. The guitar plays so soulfully. So soulfully. I think you guys had mentioned it before, and the feeling that I get as well listening to this album and some Pink Floyd is that David Gilmour is such, I don't want to say the heart because I don't know, but from what I hear, he really does provide the heart and the soul and the overall mood of the band. He provides just that. If you notice a change, it's because my recording stopped. I told you this is going to be a long video. I have to edit all this. The drums and the vocals do this great job of easing you into this rhythm and pacifying you. The vocals are so, this is gonna sound negative, but they're so blasé the way they sing, the way it's sung. And a lot of the songs on this album are sung this way, just very nonchalant. But that really adds to the just chill atmosphere, right? just chill and relax. Let's get into the lyrics and other stuff, because like I said, I could talk about this a lot more, but I think that I covered some decent ground on this one so far. And I think this video is already like at an hour. Unedited, an hour. So getting into the lyrics a little bit. Overhead the albatross hangs motionless upon the air, and deep beneath the rolling waves in labyrinths of coral caves. The echo of a distant time comes willowing across the sand, and everything is green and submarine. So immediately from the opening lyrics, once again, on an open sea, the albatross hangs motionless in the air, just, you know, gliding on the sea breeze. Deep beneath the water, deep beneath the caves of coral, something shifts. Time is moving, right? So it says the echo of a distant time. The echo of what? The echo of the beginning. And no one showed us to the land, and no one knows the wheres or whys. But something stirs and something tries and starts to climb towards the light. Once again, relating to the beginning of life. There's not necessarily a reason or a rhyme, and we're not getting into any sort of, you know, creation or evolution. We're not doing that. I'm just talking strictly about the song. We're not doing that in the comments. You know, we take it easy here. The beginnings of life, crawling, seeing the light, striving towards it. So in the beginning of the song, we're talking about the past. But here we get a shift. Strangers passing in the street, by chance, two separate glances meet. And I am you, and what I see is me. And do I take you by the hand and lead you through the land and help me understand the best I can? So through these distant echoes of the beginning of time, so much has happened since that time and now, modern day. And people on an overall basis and in a general basis are very disconnected, especially from each other. When he says strangers passing in the street, by chance two separate glances meet, and they realize that, you know, you may be different, but you're the same as me. And I may be different, but I'm the same as you. We're the same. We come from the same place. We're both just echoes of the beginning. We are both just echoes of life. And do I take you by the hand and lead you through the land and help me understand the best I can? So in order for understanding to happen, in order for a reconnection to happen, we need to rely on each other and look towards each other. Very humanist. Well, when I think of no one calls us to move on, no one tells us to die, I'm assuming that's moving on, like death. Cloudless every day you fall upon my waking eyes, inviting and inciting me to rise. And through the window in the wall come streaming in on sunlight wings a million bright ambassadors of morning. I just think of that as the morning light, just sun rays coming through the window, but I really like how he writes it, where he says, a million bright ambassadors of morning. I think that specific line is just beautiful. There's no other way to put it. I just think it's nice. Once again, in those ending two lines, so I throw the windows wide and I call to you across the sky, talking, I assume, about that stranger that he had previously met on the street and realizing the connection they had, and then being separated for whatever reason, just to the general, you know, paths of life, and then realizing that that connection was there, that connection was strong, calling out for connection, calling out for touch, for a human touch. And I don't think that this song is about love. I don't think it's that sort of connection. Like I said, I think that this is just a human to human connection. So where a lot of people in the world are looking for things to separate themselves from each other, we should possibly be looking for the things that make us the same. Ignorance can breed hate. We don't need to look into the differences between us. We need to look into the similarities and strengthen our bonds with each other. We're all echoes of an origin. It's not about necessarily the origin, but it's about our relation to each other and how we really could do so much if we just worked together. That's kind of where I lie with the lyrics. I really like the message. Once again, I like how the music brings that to life. I was just reading a little bit of the facts on the song, that the band members wanted to play a grand piano through a Leslie speaker for the song, Once the device was set up, Wright tried it, and this particular note, the initial Doppler effect, the ping, that note fed back, which made it sound differently. Wright decided to use this note predominantly and going back to it several times throughout the intro. This music, the way they even came about with that was just so natural. It wasn't necessarily the exact purposeful sound that came out. It wasn't necessarily what they were going for, but it worked with the song. It sounded like what they were going for. Whew, I can take a breath. I can finally take a breath. Guys, I think that I've said pretty much all that I can say about the song. It was absolutely amazing. It exceeded my expectations. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be that good. Especially the ambient section and how it told a story. Because I really love ambient music, and I enjoy listening to Eno. Bass Communion, I really love Bass Communion, what Steven Wilson does with that. Jansen, Barbieri. I really enjoy listening to ambient and quieter music like that. So for me to hear Pink Floyd do this was a really nice surprise. And I was really impressed with it, to be honest. I know that you guys are going to be mentioning the Pompeii version of this song. Before, I think even before like I started this channel, I saw the Pompeii version on my sidebar on YouTube, and I see it all the time. Now, I can finally watch it. That's just for my private and personal viewing pleasure on that one. Sometimes I like to listen to things just on my own. Guys, if you've stuck around this long, there's not enough words that I can say to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. I ask that you please just share the video, like it. Please comment on what you think of this song. What does this song make you feel? Do you like the middle section? Do you feel like it goes on too long? Is there anything in this song that you don't like or you would change? I told you what I would change. I think the beginning should be just a little longer and have a steadier and slower buildup. But that's because I liked what they were doing with it. So it's not a criticism. It's just a healthy dose of, you know, desire. If you've watched all the videos of me listening to this album, thank you so much. That's just crazy to me. It's amazing to me that you guys are enjoying the channel. Like I said, I feel like I don't really do that great of a job. I enjoy what I do, but it's you guys that are really making this, the community that you guys have. I gotta say, this is one of the best comment sections I've seen on YouTube. I have nothing more to say except that I hope you guys are really having an amazing day. If you did take the time to watch this, I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I'll be down there in the comments. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below, like I just said. And I think that I've said everything. I'm sorry that this video took such a long time to get to you guys as well. The work schedule has just been hectic, and I wanted to give this video, as well as every video, the proper amount of attention and time. In a relaxed setting, not like, rush, I need to do this video. So thank you for your patience as well. Whew. You guys like my shirt? I'll see you later. Bye.